Hey, how's it going? I'm gonna go for a little field test with this briefcase and see how it does in a real world setting. Let's go. Alright, we're at the final destination in one piece. You know, quick little walk. You know, the suitcase wearing about, 12 kilograms or so. It's a little heavy, not too bad, but I'm more worried about the handle. It seems a little loose and janky walking around. I just kind of wanted to get a feel for that to see if it's worth taking for a hike longer than this, and I'm going to say probably not. But it's perfect for throwing in the car and walking 5 or 10 minutes to get somewhere you need to go. Anyways, this is Royal Bay. Sorry about all the construction sound. It might not be the best, but don't worry, we're going to hook in the synth soon. Let me just show you my mobile setup I got going on. This is what I packed, which you may have seen before. And we're going to give it a try out in the open air here. So what do we got in here? We got it's really rocky. That's going to probably fall over, eh? So let's get these things out first of all, because I don't want this to fall down and break. So give me a second. So for hardware, we got the circuit, we got the sample, and we got the USB mixer. And in here we got a couple of USB batteries we're going to run all these off of. So let's get those out. So the number one thing I'm concerned about in a sunny day like this is this bad boy has LEDs in it, and if it's this bright, I doubt I'm going to be able to see anything. So let's hook that up first and see what we got. So let's power on the circuit. Let's see how bright this thing is. Oh, you can barely tell, eh? It's almost completely, it is unusable. Like, you can hardly even tell what's on, and you really need to use this thing. So that is a problem. So let's see if we can fix that. What I'm hoping, I can get a balance in the camera here, is can I use the suitcase? Yeah, even that is pretty poor. So that is going to definitely be a problem, because even if I close it a lot, now I can just start to see. So that is not good. So how the heck is that supposed to work? Give me a sec here to see if I can figure something out. Alright. So there is a brightness mode, but still is pretty much on or off in this light, and you can kind of see I got it in tempo mode now. You can see it a tiny little bit, but it's still very difficult to see anything or use it. It's somewhat usable, but really I think this might limit my ability to use this circuit with a mobile rig, at least if I want to play outside. So hey, if you want to play music outside, I can recommend you don't buy a Novation circuit for that. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother doing anymore, because it's so hard to see, and that's basically what I wanted to do today, and it's not going to work, so I'm not going to try to force it through. I'm going to have to come back to this and try it again. Okay. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? Well, in this case, we're in a much mosquito-infested area, but much darker area at least. You know, last time we ventured outside, it was the middle of the day, and that other location was quite bright. Now I'm in the forest. I do have some natural sun coming in here, but I'm mostly in the shade of the tree. So let's go ahead and see if the circuit is usable in this situation. So here's the goods. So we'll go ahead, we'll take the circuit out again. We're gonna need that. And we're gonna need our charger. What do we got here? The 9-volt one? Yeah, that's, I believe, that 9-volt one is for the Volca. But here is the 12-volt ripcord, if it will focus. It's just making me dizzy, but there she is. Let's chuck that as I get eaten alive by mosquitoes. You know, that's the one thing about doing this, you know, is it seems more romantic, you know, to get outside and play instruments. And I think it might actually be in reality as I get eaten alive by mosquitoes here. And, you know, it's kind of awkward to be sitting, even though there's no one around. I do feel a little bit awkward hooking this all up out here, but what the hell, we're going to go with it. So throw the ripcord into the power bank here. We got a charge. Actually, I've been using the other power bank for the instrument, so I'll go ahead and use this smaller one. I'll keep using that big one for the mixer. I've drained half this thing, but I've been playing around with it for quite a while, and it's still only halfway done. So let's power this on. That's much better. You know, when we shot this before, we couldn't see anything. As I get ticks in this location, I can at least see the lights on. It's still not overly, bright, but it is usable bright. You know, there's a bit of sun over here, so if I put it in direct sunlight, it is still hard, even though that's not really a ton of sun. It's at the end of the day here, so it's starting to get dark, but you know, it's still not excellent, but it's at least better than it was before. So, you know, let's make sure we got some volume and it runs. Cool. And we're going to plug this in properly into the phone and try to do some recording. Really, what my goal is right now is I'm just going to try to create some quick background music that I can use. I've already got a loop ready to go here, but we'll try to create up something quick. Maybe I can use it for the time-lapse music. We'll see. Okay, cool. So put the circuit in the dirt. It'll be all right. Actually, if there's anything I should put in the dirt, it's this Drembo mixer. It's cheap, it's functional, but I've been having one issue I've been having, and we'll see if it pops up today, is even though the clipping, well, there's no way to really tell if I'm overloading a digital recording. It will show up a clipping, but even when it doesn't, it still clips. So I got a new video app for my phone that should get around that, but I've been also getting some weird sounds off of this. So this has been good, and you can see my review for it, but it's been good for just, you know, jamming with these two things together. But I have been having some trouble getting decent recordings out of it. I may need more practice, or I may need a better app for my phone. We'll see. But there's the mixer, and as you all know, the Volca sample as well. So let's get everything wired up here. We have another ripcord for the Volca sample. It's that 9-volt one I showed you before, which will power the Volca sample off of a USB power brick. And you can see when I plug it into the existing power brick, it does turn it off. So it's a good idea to get everything hooked up before you start powering everything on and playing around, unless you want the power to get pulled. And then we just need one more thingamabob here for power for the mixer. Hopefully I brought that cable, or I might be shit out of luck. Well, there's at least one I can use in here. Not sure the little black one I usually use is, but this one should work just fine. So it's just a mini USB cable. And oh, I wonder where it is. And there's a damn mosquito right on my face. Right? Oh, he got away. Squished him, but he got away. How did he survive that? I'm gonna be itchy tomorrow. put this down here. Oh yeah, everything's set up. Balance it on the forest floor here. Watch that fall over in 2 seconds. Alrighty. And we should get power on here now. If I push the power button on, maybe. Come on. Well, maybe that cable doesn't work. And I should just stick to what works well here. I'll go over our trusty black cable. It is nice out here though. If it wasn't for these damn mosquitoes, I'd be having a lot more fun. Alright, come on, Drembo, you can do it. Oh, what is wrong with you, Mr. Drembo? Oh, there we go. Oh, turned on for a second there. Oh, you are not happy today. Well, I'm pretty convinced this setup is cursed. I figured out what's going on. Is basically, I think this USB thing is so cheaply made that putting it in and out of there, you know, if I use this maybe about 5 or 6 times, probably put power in and out of there maybe 20 times max. Well, the whole USB-C slot there has now been unjarred from its position, so I think when I put in the white cable today, you know, it jolted on for a second. I could hear it, but then it was getting loose. So I was trying to jiggle it around, not violently or anything, and try to, you know, in and out and pushing the button a couple times, but couldn't get it to work. But regardless, this thing is pretty much trash now because I can't get it power. Now I guess I could try popping it open and maybe soldering another USB-C slot there, but anyways, I'm gonna have to update my review on this because it broke pretty quick, as I suspected it might. Now maybe I'll be able to get in power from here. I don't think so, because I think that's only ability to bring in USB audio. Yeah, which is a bummer, and there's no other batteries or anything on this, so this is DOA, which kind of ruins what I was gonna do here, because I was gonna power everything on and get it recorded. Now I could record something just from the circuit out here, but what's the point? Which is too bad, because I need a mixer for this setup to work. So yeah, that's about all I got, I think, as I get eaten alive out here by mosquitoes anyway. So I'm gonna pack up. I'm gonna reassess. There's been a couple of issues with this setup I had planned. One, recording it directly to the phone has been problematic with this anyways. Two, the Novation circuit is not a friendly synth to use outside in any type of even medium light situation. This near dusk in the woods, as I get eaten alive by mosquitoes, is usable, but you know, maybe in the car out and about it'd be usable. Anyway, I think I'm gonna have to reassess this, because I was hoping tonight would be I'd be able to push all this together and get something done, and I'm just getting eaten alive, and my mixer broke, and I'm starting to think the setup might be cursed. Anyways, we'll see what happens next. All right, in the car, final attempt, guys. So third time's a charm, right? Decided to do, if I'm gonna have a mobile setup, I'm probably gonna be playing in the car. And well, now that I don't have a mixer, I have brought along my SSL2 audio interface, not to be an audio interface, but to be kind of a you know, a last resort mixer. It's a good device, but it's not technically a mixer, and it's got 2 channels though, and we should be able to feed out from the headphone jack. Thankfully, the SSL2 Plus has 2 headphone jacks, so I'll actually be able to. I won't actually be able to listen to what I'm playing because I didn't bring the right friggin' jack, which was dumb of me. All right, but you'll be able to hear what I'm doing at the very least. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm cursed today. Can't do anything right. Maybe we can jerry-rig something together in here to figure it out, but we'll see. Because the problem's going to be the headphone jacks are actual big 1/4-inch audio jacks, not the little doohickeys I have, and that's going to be a trouble. Ah, damn, I wasn't thinking. Idiot. Well, let's see what we can do anyways. Might be able to jerry-rig something together. Doubt it, because this ain't going to help me much with the SSL2. You know what? You're going to be able to hear the demo at least of what I'm not going to be able to craft anything new, but I did craft something up the other night when I was playing this, and that's what we're going to play with. And yeah, I just wanted to get out of the house and try this out, and maybe this will be my mobile rig anyways, now that my mixer broke, so I don't have to wear these headphones like an idiot because they're not going to do me any good. Well, let's wire it up here. Ugh. I knew I should have done this at home before I left. I was, you know what, I was getting frustrated because I've had so many dang issues with this setup. I'm like, you know what, I'm getting in the car. I'll be able to figure something out, and I should have tried hooking this up at home, not in the freaking car first. Look at this, what a mess. Anyways, well, I don't think this is going to be a sustainable solution moving forward. The Drembo M4 was not either, as the USB slot fell out of that, so I'm going to have to find some doohickey that lets me route the audio out of these into it and out via the phone. Maybe I can do it, I don't know. It'd be nice if the circuit had an audio in. Do I start, you know, I can do that with the Digitone or the Digitact, but I don't really feel like taking them out on the road. I kind of don't want them to get wrecked. So anyway, let's see how bad this is. We're going to try it, and I don't know if it's going to work. Maybe I'll get lucky, maybe I won't. Anyways, let's get power to all these suckers, and let's see how bad it actually sounds. Okay, what do we got if I just play here? Sounds like crap, because so at least I can bring these on the road and play the onboard speakers, but it doesn't sound very good. Okay, that's done. If I hit play, do we get anything? Okay, it's going into our audio interface, and we got the nice thing about this is I get levels. So that was the one thing that was bugging me nuts with the Drembo. So I couldn't get the levels dialed in very well on that guy. But with this, I should be able to get them in a acceptable state where they're just lightly touching the orange there. Okay, let's push pause here and let's feed it into my phone, and I'll be back in 1 sec. We'll see how it sounds. All right, so actually didn't sound too bad, but I can tell you what's happening is I'm only getting in audio, I think, from one of the channels because it's coming out in stereo. So I think if I turn stereo off on the monitor, the headphone should come through as mono for both channels, and you should be able to hear everything. So let's give that a try, because I think what was happening before is, because like I said, this cable has a left and right output. And the problem is, as I'm only putting it, pardon me, is left and right 1/4-inch input into the SSL2, and I only have the black left side coming in. So I think you're only hearing stuff coming from channel 1, which I believe is the Volca sample. Yeah. So you're only hearing it from the Volca samples. Let me hook everything back up again, and let's see if it sounds any better. This might actually be workable. All right. Not bad at all. It works. So maybe I'll just go with this. I don't know. I'm disappointed the dumb Drembo didn't hang in there beyond a couple months. I'll see. Maybe I'll pop that open one of these days. I'm gonna have to do another video on that, just kind of an update my review on that, because I don't want people to buy that and have it fall apart on them. That wouldn't be good. Hey, that's a whole nother topic for another day. Yeah, I think this might be my car setup, where it's fun to just get in the car, drive somewhere, and next time I'll figure out how to. I'll bring the right cable for my headphones so I can actually hear what I'm doing while it's going into the video on the phone, so we can see if we can come up with something. Anyways, took us 3 attempts, but I think we have something workable. Instead of paying more money, maybe I'll just. This is going to be a car setup, I think. Anyways, I don't think that the handle in the suitcase sucks. When I was walking to the forest, I could feel it almost jiggling apart, and honestly, I feel a little weird right now, being out in a parking lot playing of it. But at least I'm kind of incognito in the car versus some middle-aged man in a red shirt bringing a suitcase full of weird instruments into the forest. It just doesn't. It doesn't seem to be my scene. So, for not to insult anyone who does that or anything, I just feel awkward doing it. But that's my own get up. Anyway, I'm blabbing more. Thank you for watching, and yeah, we'll go for more adventures soon. Thanks again. See you next time. Bye.